his hands are coming and you're going to stick and make sure you stay out of the way. Well, we do see shit like this, right? We'd see a lot of pushing hands away. We'd see like leaning the body out of the way. We'd see a lot of stuff because when most people start thinking of, oh shit, here comes a punch, I got to get it out of the way, I got to get my body offline, I got to be body unity, well, everything kind of gets screwed up, right? But if instead, and Tim said, it's all just movement, it's not personal, right? What does that mean? If Doug goes to punch me in the face, that's still just movement, right? And I can still just move my body to keep him in my workspace, right? Just so I can keep feeling. It's not to escape, it's not to not get hit, it's just wherever he goes, whatever he does, I just keep sticking with him and keep it in my workspace. So if I'm able to do this, even a guy with like big arms or something, no offense, Mike, right? If I'm able to just stick to whatever he does and always move my whole body to keep his hands in like a comfortable place for me to feel, I mean, frankly, what can he do to me, right? As long as I can always stick, the only way he can hit me is to make me hit myself. Now, right? Everyone get that idea? Now, if I'm kind of doing all sorts of excess motion and I'm not sticking, well, now he can obviously hit me without my hitting myself. But as long as I have the ability, and again, this is not an absolute thing, we're going to talk about how it fits in a minute. But if I have the capability of always sticking to his hands, no matter what he does, take my head off. Yeah, go ahead, use your whole body, take my head off, go all the way through, right? And I'm just moving to... Notice I'm not getting nervous about it. I'm just moving to keep him in my workspace, affecting him as little as I can. Again, trying to violate the observer effect. It's not actually possible, but doing our best. Right? In other words, not doing this. He goes to hit me, right? Do it a little harder. Well, that'll happen, right? If I try to stiffen up and then I can't stick well. Or, if he just pushes hard, I'll just lose balance, right? So, just try not to affect him at all. So anything he does, I just go. And by the way, that can sometimes be, remember when in doubt, sink, it applies here as well. If something's coming here, if I just sink down, this is slightly above my workspace, but it's definitely better than where I was, right? Okay, so I just move my body to make it comfortable again. Okay, so work now with this idea. Oh, yeah, for now, just work with this idea. Just, again, it's not about hitting or being hit. It's all about just keeping your body moving to keep it in the workspace and always sticking, okay? And an application, it could be something like, if I'm walking along and nothing else and Mike's suddenly taking my head off, whoa, if I just get contact somewhere, anything he does now, go ahead, whoa, and I can just keep sticking with it, I'll be okay, right? You see John do this all the time. He'll often do it with one hand, so something's happening, whoa, just stick a hand out, might be a fright reaction at first, but then once this is here, it's stuck, right? And nothing else is going to happen. And then you could do stuff through that arm, the whole body or whatever. But the idea is just, let's develop this ability first, which I think a lot of people don't necessarily develop because there's a whole lot of stuff that can distract you, right? But for now, just this idea of sticking and moving the body. And Tim told me once that this is basically all he does most of the time. He played all D, as he called it. And we'll get on to why that felt to other people like he was constantly hitting them, even though in his mind he was playing all D, right? So we'll do that next. Keep working with partners and just keep with this idea of sticking, and feel free, this will be like, I normally won't tell you to do this, but feel free while sticking here, while we're moving, either relax, don't affect me at all, no observer effect. Come on, physicist. So there you go, try not to move your feet for now, right? Make sure you're close enough, by the way, that this is meaningful. If you're both doing it out here, then it's going to be easy. All right? And sometimes, I can accelerate a little to lose contact. If we're moving like this, and I suddenly do that, yeah, I'll be able to lose contact for a split second. But I want you guys just to become so sticky that even if there is a change of speed or something, right, or Josh suddenly changes something, right, continue. Look, I want your body so intent on sticking that to a certain degree the speed doesn't even matter. Okay? So add that in, and sometimes I can, throw something and see what happened there? That was almost perfect. See, Josh didn't get nervous or try to block my arm even though I made a fist and he could feel it. Just kind of turned his body, sink a little more so there's more in your works. There you go, more comfortable, right? So that sort of thing. So feel free to occasionally, lose contact, make sure they get back on it. And if Josh suddenly decides to slug me in the face or whatever, right, I should just continue moving with it. Okay?
Can I
workspace and no
Yeah,
bonk,
yeah.
no bonks out. Just relax
Right.
as much as you can. Okay.